Ganondorf. The villain who destroys all, the person with no mercy for anyone on the planet. We all know what he is capable of, but today we're going to answer the question, which of the Ganons is the most powerful? He has been in loads of Zelda games, but in which one is he the strongest? Well, let's find out. Let's start with the first game where we saw him in the timeline. The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. Alright, what kind of powers does he have in this game? Well, Ganondorf did get the Triforce in this game, since he followed Link into the Sacred Realm where it is hidden. As he touched the Triforce, however, it split into 3 pieces, leaving Ganondorf with only the Triforce of Power. This piece embodies the essence of the Goddess of Power, Din, the creator of Hyrule. Whoever holds this Triforce piece is granted true power. This power is absolute, making the recipient of Din's blessing a godlike entity, vastly more powerful than any mortal, affording its wielder invulnerability, vast strength, and an unlimited source of mystical power. So this is quite an upgrade for Ganondorf and also allows him to transform into Ganon, which is a stronger beast form. To fight him, Link needs the Master Sword, and it becomes quite hard to win. But he has limited experience. This is the first time he tries to take over the world and encounters Link. Besides this, he doesn't have a lot of experience with handling such incredible power, so I don't think he uses its full potential. Also, he doesn't have all the pieces of the Triforce or any other special items or weapons. Now at the end of this game, Link either won, died, or prevented the entire fight. And thanks to this, 3 different timelines were born. First we're going to look at Ganondorf from the Downfall timeline. In this world he won and Link died. Ganondorf obtained the full Triforce but was sealed away within the Dark World by Princess Zelda and the other awakened sages, taking the Triforce with him. Now in the next game he became incredibly powerful. He returned with the full Triforce and also a Dark Trident. It makes sense that he's so strong in this game, because of the events in Ocarina of Time. But that's not all. This Ganon is also more experienced with his powers and in terms of combat, since before the game he waged war against Hyrule and fought with the Knights of Hyrule. So he has more combat experience than in Ocarina of Time. So is this the strongest Ganon then? He has all the Triforce pieces, a Dark Trident, loads of experience. Yeah, he is strong, but maybe not the strongest. There's another form of Ganon in this timeline that could be stronger. Yuga Ganon. After releasing Ganon from his seal in darkness, Yuga proceeds to fuse with Ganon's form and the Triforce of Power, transforming into a being that takes on the physical attributes of both Yuga and Ganon. Yuga with his powers to transform himself and others into 2-dimensional art. With his magic wand he can trap people within picture frames, turning them into paintings that he can simply pick up and run off with. This combined with Ganon, the Triforce of Power, and later on also Wisdom, makes him incredibly powerful. All the others in this timeline don't even come close to these two. In the Oracle games, he isn't even properly summoned. Twinrova intended to sacrifice Zelda for Ganon's rebirth, but Link managed to slay them before they finished the ritual. And thus the Twinrova sisters were forced to sacrifice themselves to awaken Ganon. Because of this, the ritual was incomplete, and Ganon became a mindless beast, and thanks to this, he wasn't as strong. And the Ganon from Zelda 1 only has the Triforce of Power, more experience in fighting Link, and combat in general. But it's never enough to rival the one from A Link to the Past or A Link Between Worlds. But there's one Ganon left that could rival them. We are going to look at the other 2 timelines, since they also have some strong Ganondorfs. For example, the one from Twilight Princess. He has the power of the Triforce of Power, but also gained some new skills. This is the big difference. He couldn't be killed by the sages, so they opened the gate to the Twilight Realm and sealed him within. Thanks to this, he gained the power to use Twilight magic, which he uses in the boss fight. But there's one ability that is the most powerful. Ganondorf is able to possess Zelda by turning into Twilight. Using Zelda as a puppet, he attacks Link, until Link forces his spirit out of Zelda's body. So he can take over people, and Zelda is overall quite powerful. She doesn't have the Triforce of Wisdom at that point, but still, it's not easy for Ganon. This ability makes him extremely powerful, since he could possess almost anyone. But would this be enough? Well, maybe. Let's first take a look at the last two Ganondorfs. In Four Swords, he only has the trident and is able to turn into his beast form. He found the trident underneath an inscription that promised its wielder the power to become the King of Darkness. So this is certainly a special trident, but by the looks of it, it is the same one as we have seen other Ganons use. Also, he doesn't have the Triforce of Power or any other special items or skills, so overall he isn't too strong. Besides this, he has never fought Link before. He has no experience at all. There's no chance that he will win. And the one from the Wind Waker, well, this one is exactly the same as the one we have seen in Ocarina of Time. So he only has more experience. He has the Triforce of Power, but that's it. He isn't that strong. So this comes down to three Ganondorfs. The one from Twilight Princess, A Link to the Past, and A Link Between Worlds. The Twilight Princess version has a light sword created by the sages, the Triforce of Power, and Twilight magic. There's only one big downside. He has no experience at all. He is from the timeline where Link prevented the entire fight. So this Ganon had zero experience. This gives him a really small chance of being stronger than the other two. Sure, he can possess others, but the other two Ganons are way more experienced in battle. So that trait is just not enough. The one from Twilight Princess is on third place, which means that we have two very similar Ganondorfs left. But the question is, in which of the two games was he the strongest? Well, what is stronger, Yuga or the Triforce of Courage? Well, I think the Triforce piece, since Link with it can defeat Yuga Ganon while he has the Triforce of Power. That's why he stole Zelda's piece as well, in order to stand a chance against Link, and even without Link having his Triforce piece, Yuga lost. So it's quite clear that the Ganon from A Link to the Past is the strongest Ganon ever seen in any Zelda game. Great that you watched this entire video! If you want to watch more, click the annotations on the screen right now. Be sure to leave a like down below, I would completely appreciate that. And leave me a comment what you think about the theory. Do you hate it? Then leave a dislike. Do you love it? Give a like. Do you hate me? Say it in the comments.